appointed by the City Council, and we serve on a voluntary basis without compensation. Our procedure for conducting business is that I'll call out the name of the petitioner. If you will, please come to the podium and speak clearly and loudly into the mic so that we can understand your request. Once we receive public testimony and discussion for a particular item, members of the board will deliberate. We will render our decision. I'll remind the members here tonight that if you have a personal or a financial interest in any item, you're required to recuse yourself from voting. Any testimony that is submitted by the petitioner or on behalf of the petitioner during the presentation of the agenda item will be binding as to any decision the board makes relative to the motion. I'll remind the members of the board that if a motion to deny an item is made, you must give a reason. The members that we have here tonight are Mr. George Howell, our Vice Chairman, Mr. Barry Robinson, who just walked in, Ms. Diane Burke, Mr. Quentin Burke, Mr. Bart Prince, Mr. Pickett Reese, Mr. Blake Markham, and I'm your Chairman, John Stanley. Our land use staff that's here tonight is Jovan Hines, Mr. Warren Adams, and I don't see Tanya. Tanya's not here tonight. Let's see, we have 8 members here tonight, which is good. It requires 5 votes to approve a motion. Any discussion? Item number 1 is presented by Maria Macario. Is Maria here? Requesting special exception for chickens to be located on the property at 5912 Cherry Hill Road in an R60S district. We'll hold that over, maybe she'll show up. Item 2 is presented by Nicholas Ramirez, requesting a special exception to keep chickens and goats on the property located at 49 Garden Street in an R65D zoning district. Mr. Ramirez. Following that will be his next door neighbor. Well, Mr. Ramirez, you're making a presentation for 2 properties. One at 49 Garden Street and the other one's at 51 Garden Street. Okay? But we are going to take them separate, and then we'll take 49 Garden Street first, then we'll go to 51 Garden Street. Okay? Who's going to make the presentation? You need to introduce yourself and explain what's going on out there. Because I will tell you we've had some complaints, okay? You probably know that.
I didn't understand you.
Go ahead, make your presentation. We'll deal with it. But we're gonna have some questions for you.
Well, you know that. Just tell me about the.
You're gonna need to speak loudly and clearly into that mic. Acoustics in here are not great.
Okay, I had a complaint about the roosters and chickens, so we had to get rid of. We ain't had roosters anymore. And goats, I got 4 goats. And what else? Huh? And your chicken hens. Oh, and 10 chickens.
Are they in a coop?
Sir?
Are the chickens in a coop that's approved by the city of Montgomery?
Yes.
They are?
What do you mean by a coop, like closed?
We have coop restrictions in the city of Montgomery. That if you're going to have chickens, you have to have a.
No, we had to walk around in the yard, in the backyard.
Okay. All right.
They roost in their little nesting things.
You're going to have to speak loudly, and you need to give, ma'am, you need to give us your name too.
Okay, my name is Amber Murray, and they roost in their like roosting nests and all, but when they come out, they do come out and just roam the yard.
Okay. My question is the coop according to city-approved standards?
Not sure.
If not, we'll require it, okay? All right, anything else, Mr. Ramirez, that you want to say?
Oh, whatever.
All right, go ahead. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
Okay. So.
That all? That all you had to say?
Yes, sir, he's just.
Tell us about the 4 goats. I mean, you don't have a large lot, and you got 10 chickens running around, no roosters, I understand, and you got 4 goats in the backyard, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think there's some opposition. Ma'am, y'all are here in opposition, is that, okay, I'll get to y'all in a moment.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Any questions, board members?
I know we're doing the property separately, but I guess for clarification, is it 4 goats for 49 and 51 total, or is
No,
it?
they're separate.
Okay, they're separate. So
You
he
got
has
10
additional.
goats, excuse me, 10 chickens, 4 goats at 49 Garden Street. You got, he's gonna bring up the next request, same number, right next door.
No, sir.
No, I think she's trying to tell us.
Yeah, I understand,
No, sir, they roam on both sides.
I understand. Okay, answer the question. Go ahead, Blake.
You have a total of 10 chickens on both lots.
Yes, sir.
Each lot.
No, both lots.
Not each, on both.
And 4 goats on both lots.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
At 49 and 51.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I didn't understand that either.
Okay.
So there's not a fence that separates the 2 properties.
They roam on both properties. They're able to get to both, and that's all he has is 4 goats and 10 chickens.
Gotcha.
Okay, so a total of 10 chickens.
Yes, sir. Not 20, but just 10.
Okay. Okay, good. Didn't understand that. All right. All right, so while you're here, we go ahead and talk about, we got to make this official here. You got 51 Garden Street, same thing, right? You got 49 and 51 Garden Street, 2 separate lots, 10 chickens on both
They
lots,
roam on
and
both.
4 goats on both lots, right? Okay. Everybody understand that? Okay. All right, anything else, board members? We got some opposition. Y'all got any other questions?
I got a question.
Okay.
Do you have any control over those chickens and goats? Are your goats tied up, or they'll just roam loose?
They're roaming. They're not tied up, but they're not able to get out. They're only able to get to the backyards, and that's it. They're not even able to get to our front yards.
Okay. You're saying they're confined with a fenced-in yard, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, well, we'll see what your neighbors have to say. Okay, anything else? All right, we'll hear from the opposition.
Okay.
If y'all will step aside and let these ladies speak, and then you'll be given the opportunity to come back, okay? Hello.
I'm Rosie Orr
If
from
you would
Children.
speak loudly and clearly into the mic.
I'm Rosie Orr from Children Improvement Association on Garden Street, block captain. And we got a letter from our president of the association because there are goats. They have been, I counted up 12 goats across the street eating up my neighbor's flowers and everything. And I seen goats back there fighting and all that different types of stuff, them big horns on, which is a danger to people. Because sometimes if they leave that goat out, the gate unlocked, the goats are out when they're not there. I had to have found his son on several occasions to go. And I told him the goats out, you need to want to get them because they're eating up the people's flowers and stuff like that. I don't know how many chickens they got back there. They even have roosters be crowing and all that type stuff. And also, it's a donkey or a horse or something with big long ears.
A donkey?
They be hollering heat. They be hollering all through the night and all through the day. The lady that came out was supposed to have took pictures of the donkey, according to the associate president. She had pictures of the donkeys, the goats, and the chickens. She had took pictures and was supposed to present them to you guys.
Chair, I believe the donkey is
The lady
scheduled.
that came out, I don't know who she was.
I believe the donkey is scheduled for the next meeting. It's not on this one. This is
We're
purely...
just dealing with chickens and
Excuse-
goats. We're dealing only with chickens and goats tonight.
Yeah, they made a mistake.
Okay?
Huh.
Mr. Adams said that they're coming back to deal with the donkeys next time. Okay? So, all right, did I understand you to say that the goats do get out of the fence and they roam the neighborhood?
If they leave the gate unlocked
Ma'am?
sometimes, when the gate is unlocked, they come out.
Okay, that answered my question. Yeah, they're coming out, right?
They come out.
Yeah, okay.
And it was like more than 4. I counted about
All right.
12 myself.
So what, I know you got a complaint. What's your request?
Excuse me?
I know you have a complaint. What's your request? What do you want them to, what's your request that they do?
Let me see.
Are you,
She requested no more than 2 goats with no reproduction, and they want no more than 6 chickens. That's what they requested. And he had a signature of
no,
6
they're
other-
asking for 10
6 other
chickens
people in
and,
the neighborhood. We got their signatures, and they said no more than 2 goats, but don't allow them to reproduce,
yeah.
and no more than 6 chickens.
Are the goats a nuisance to you?
Do y'all have a copy of it? I have a copy.
Did you?
Would you like my copy?
I don't, has it been signed by anybody?
No, it's just typed up.
She emailed it to somebody in the office.
You can
The
give it.
president
you can
emailed
give them
it
a
to
sign.
someone down in the office.
They have a copy.
Let me ask you, are the goats a nuisance unless they get out of the,
Unless they get out.
are they a nuisance?
If they get out, otherwise they fine.
Okay. Okay. All right. Anything else, board members? Y'all got a question?
Yeah, I've got one
Ms.
question.
Burke?
You said you've counted as many as 12 goats at a time? Now, were you sure all of those goats were coming from the addresses that we are looking at today? Ma'am? All of those goats came from these 2 addresses that we're looking at?
They came from across the street, and they was down the street over, eating up our neighbors' roses and flowers and eating
No, I'm asking,
rub
do
off
all
the bush.
of those goats you're talking about belong to this petitioner?
Can you speak into the mic, please, so everyone can hear?
The 12 goats you're addressing, are all of those goats
I
from
guess
this
they
petitioner?
come from over there, so I don't know who they belong to. They come from over on his property.
Okay,
I don't know who they belong to, but they come from his property.
all 12 of them?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Okay. Any other questions? Mr. Prince?
Well, since she's in compliance with 4 goats and how many chickens did you say you all
I'm
didn't?
not really sure how many chickens over there.
But I'm saying, how many did you all say it was all right for them to have? 6?
What she said? She said 6.
Well, I would propose that we allow the 6 chickens.
Mr. Prince, I haven't asked for a motion at this point. We haven't heard from the opposite, we hadn't heard.
Yes,
from
sir.
you.
Yes, sir.
Okay? I'll ask for a motion at the proper time.
Gotcha.
Okay? Okay, thank you, ma'am. Mr. Ramirez, y'all got anything else to say?
No, and I'm Ms. Rogers.
Huh? Ma'am, you need to identify yourself. Okay, and speak loudly.
My name is Janetta Rogers, and I was just for support of Miss Rosie, but I'm also a member of the Neighborhood Association Improvement and block captain for the Chisholm area.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome.
Okay. Mr. Ramirez, you got anything else you want to say? Sir, you got anything else you want to say? We always give the petitioner the last say. Anything else you want to say?
What is it?
He said, do you have anything else you want to say?
No, that's all I got to say.
Okay.
And
We've lived on this street like all our life. We grew up with all these people. We've never had no problems with anybody. And if anybody would have messed with your I don't understand even why we're having to do this, because like, we get along with everybody on our street, like literally everybody. We've lived there our whole lives. We've never had no problem with anything. And now we're getting in trouble about a fence that's been up for years. It's just gonna be, we're gonna be in here every time y'all turn around over something, and it's
To your knowledge and to your recollection, have your goats ever got out into
Not that
the
I'm
neighbors' yards?
Because we keep them in the back, they're not even able to get to the front. That's what I was explaining to y'all about.
Gotcha.
They're not able to get to the front.
Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you. Anyone else care to address this item? Otherwise, I'll entertain a motion.
And Chair, just to draw your attention to the regulations, there is a maximum number of poultry per lot in the chicken regulations. There's a maximum number per.
It's 4?
Well, I measured the properties and it looks as if both of them are 0.22 acres, which would allow 4 on each lot.
Maximum of 4 on each lot.
Yeah. Total of 8 between the two properties.
And what about goats?
There is nothing in the regulations about the number of goats.
Livestock?
No number.
No number.
Nothing.
No.
It's allowed.
There's just no guidance on how many.
All right. I'll entertain a motion based on what we've heard. I would say that we've dealt with chickens in the past on lots that are larger than these 2 lots combined, and we've always limited the max number to 6. Okay? 6. Yeah. That's been, regardless of the size of the lot, that's typically what we've done. Okay? But here you got 2 lots. If they were presented independently, they could go as many as 4 per lot. So, I'll entertain a motion based on the number of chickens and how many goats, if any. Somebody want to make a motion?
Is there anything we can do?
Mr. Reese? Huh?
Is there anything we can do about the goats? No?
Yeah, you can restrict it. You can restrict
Can I make a motion to table until next month and deal with the what they say, a donkey also?
The donkey's going to be a separate item.
Can we deal with all that together?
If the board sees, if you want to make a motion to do that, I don't recommend it, but that's up to you, Barry, if you want to make a motion.
Well, doing so, I would like for the opposition to at least bring back some evidence to the board of exact number of how many goats. Right now, they're saying 4, but she's saying she's counted over 12.
Yeah.
Pictures.
Yeah, at least
You making a motion to that?
Yes.
Do you have a second?
Second.
Second?
Second.
To delay?
To delay.
All in favor of the motion to delay, raise your hand. Motion fails. I'll entertain another motion.
Mr. Chairman, I'll make a motion that we restrict the number of chickens to 6 total.
Whatever you want to do, it's up to you.
And leave the goats as are, but they've got to be restrained by a fence in the backyard. And if they're out again and you have evidence, we'll get rid of them.
Could we amend that and say the coop has to be in compliance?
Yeah.
There is no coop, and we will require you to construct a coop as per city code.
And
Ma'am, you can't speak. I got a motion on the, all right.
And Chair, just for clarification, this is technically This is technically
Are you
two.
meaning like a chicken coop is like all the way closed in, like not able to get out at all?
We have city requirements for coops.
Okay, so
You
how do
can
I?
get those,
We'll get with you with the
Okay,
guidelines.
that's what I
yeah, right, okay.
And just for clarification, that is going to be 3 chickens on each property. Do they require a coop on each property? Because these are technically 2 separate lots.
Right.
It's you know, it's not really our issue if the animals are wandering between them.
Okay, Mr. Warren, All right, I'll amend my motion to 3 chickens per lot.
Okay, with one coop
With
on
one
each
coop.
lot.
And how many goats?
One coop on each lot.
Yeah.
Okay, you're dealing with 2 lots here.
Okay,
So you gotta have 3 chickens on each lot and a coop, and go, all right?
2
go.
coops, 1 on each lot.
Right,
2 on, and the 2 goats on each lot.
2 on each lot.
2 on each lot, totaling 4. That covers both properties.
I have a second?
With the understanding the goats are fenced at all times.
Yes.
I'll second.
Any further discussion? All raise your, everyone in favor, please raise your hand. It's unanimous. Y'all understand that? You got a total of 6 chickens, 3 per lot. You got a coop on each lot. And two goats per lot. Okay? Right, pick it. Okay. But you gotta keep them restrained, because if you get a complaint from the neighbors, then they can come back, and then we can modify our approval. Okay? Good luck.
Chair, the applicant for item number 1 has arrived, so the applicant for item number 1 is now here, so I don't know if you want to hear it now or hold it over to the end.
All right, thank you. We go to Maria Macario. Maria? Requesting a special exception for chickens to be located on property at 5912 Cherry Hill Road in an R60S district. How many chickens do y'all want to keep?
We only
Or,
want to keep six.
or how many do you have?
We only have like 7 or 6.
You have to speak loudly and clearly into that mic.
What are you saying?
You got to speak loudly. I can't hear you. Understand?
I said I have 6.
You have 6?
Yeah.
6 chickens.
Are they in a coop?
Yeah, they inside a coop, but in the gate they shut.
Okay. Did this come in as a complaint, Jovan?
Yes.
It did? Do you know the nature of the complaint?
They just heard the chickens in the backyard.
Okay. Number?
They didn't give a
I
specific
got
number.
you. I got you. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So you want the right to keep 6 chickens? Okay. No roosters?
Yeah, no rooster.
No
We
rooster.
getting rid of them.
Okay. You don't have any goats or anything like that either?
No.
do you? All right. What's the size of this lot, Warren?
I scaled this off and it is approximately 0.19 acres, 0.19.
So that would allow a maximum of what, under the guidelines?
4.
4, gotcha. All right. Any question, board members? Anyone in the audience care to address this item? I'll entertain a motion.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we restrict the number of chickens to 4 and maintain their coop.
Got it. No roosters.
No roosters.
Have a second? Second. Second. Mr. Howell. Any further discussion? All in favor, raise your hand. It's unanimous.
So they've got to get rid of,
Gotta get rid
you've
of,
got to get rid of 2 of your chickens.
you were approved for 4.
I don't understand.
Item number 4 is presented by CLOP Montgomery, Alabama LLC, requesting a special exception to allow construction of an electrical substation on the project parcel located on the west side of Perimeter Parkway, across from the Parkway Loop, in an M1 zoning district. Yes, sir. How you doing? Good.
Dylan Rusk with the applicant. So we have some site plans that could help if you guys have questions or further discussion.
We have that information in our agenda.
Here, let's see.
But if you have something more, we can,
That's it, yeah. This is a data center. It's a data center.
everyone know where this property is located?
I don't.
It's
Where
in
is
the back of Perimeter Park, off of Highway 231.
Yeah, Perimeter Parkway.
Behind the bus barn.
Bus barn, back behind Tractor Supply.
Okay, got it.
So the, more or less straightforward request for special exemption for the construction of substation. The Alabama Power will be handling the construction. It's just the structure that's, I guess, to the east of our data center development. We'll be conveying an easement to Alabama Power for their building. We'll retain ownership of the land. The specifics of the power requirement, it's going to be a 25 megawatt or MVA substation. Our building is in the realm of 18 megawatts, so sufficient load. There's some additional details that, Alabama Power provided us with a will serve letter detailing we're taking 115,000 volt feeder into that substation, and then we're going to be taking primary power to our building. So those are some of the details, but happy to answer any other questions that the board has.
Okay. What's the height of the building, and what's the maximum height of all the improvements?
The maximum height of our building is 39 feet. The specifics of the height of the sub, I'd have to get back to you on that, as it's an Alabama Power spec.
Sure, yeah.
But our building's 39 feet.
Okay, that's what I need to know. What about, you have employees there? I don't see any parking on the site plan.
There's parking. We will have 12 employees.
Oh, yeah, okay, I see it. Is this, you have 18-wheelers coming in and out of this property?
Very few. So there's one dock loading door. Let me see. I think it should be on the south side of the building. I gave you guys all my site plans.
Yeah,
but and then we have there's two grade level doors on the rear, which we're building this in phases. 5. The data hall will be split up into 5 partitioned rooms. So there's 2 grade level doors on the back side to bring in equipment for the future phases.
Okay.
And yeah, to answer your question, maybe 1 delivery a day, just for parts. And
is all the parking and everything, it's all paved, right?
Correct.
No gravel?
Correct, yep.
Okay, got it. Any questions, board members?
What does CLOP represent.
So it'll be the single purpose entity that will close on the land. So I'm with the company Oppidan Investment Company out of Minneapolis.
What do the initials stand for? CL.
So it's our partners' initials are CL, and then we're Oppidan, so OP. So we made up a word.
All right, nothing
Just to
secret.
confuse
All right.
everybody.
Any other questions? I'll entertain a motion.
I'd make a motion to approve as requested.
Have a motion to approve by Mr. Markham. Have a second.
Second.
Second from Mr. Howell. Any further discussion? All in favor, raise your hand. It's unanimous. Welcome to Montgomery. Item 5 is presented by Holly Oasis LLC, requesting a height variance and front yard variance to maintain a privacy fence located at 1834 Highland Avenue in an R60S zoning district.
Hi, my name is Johanna Lopez. I'm with Holly Oasis LLC, and I'm not sure if you guys have the pictures that I provided, part of the package. So I'm asking to keep the height the way that it is. We currently, our company rents out properties to traveling professionals, and in this particular property is rented out to doctors that coming in to work at Jackson Hospital, and it's become a safety concern of ours. We've had several attempted break-ins, a few were successful. They stole the copper, and where the property is positioned at the corner, you're able to clearly see the condension. So there's like just no way to cover or just maintain some level of privacy. It's just direct view, and it's just become a target. We've had 5 recorded incidents. I provided video images, still images of them. I've also emailed the videos as well, but it's just been too many attempts. This has kind of calmed it down a little bit. However, we understand that these decisions are made with the public safety in mind, and if you require us to bring it down, we're totally prepared to act on that as well. So, but we're hoping that you can take that into consideration, because we cannot ensure the safety of our guests and our tenant in that property. It's just become a concern of ours.
Did this come in as a complaint, Jovan?
Yes.
It did?
Mm-hmm. Through the city, not a direct complaint with the neighbor. It's just the city notified us that it was out of code, and we applied for the variance. We were unaware that it was violating any code.
But did this come in as a complaint from the city or from some individual?
It was an individual calling into 311 as a complaint. It was a possible new fence, no permit issue.
Right.
And then, of course, because of the height of the fence in the pictures, that's when zoning got involved.
Right.
Okay. My apologies. I spoke to Mr. Ryan directly when he was initiating the complaint, and I was unaware that it was called in. I thought it was the city.
I understand. But it's just the fence that's across the front of your yard, correct?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Is the rest of your yard fenced in?
On the side, yes, it is. Yeah. The side fence. We created a parking lot for everybody, so it just serves as a parking area in the back. Because if you're able to see the pictures that I provided, there is no city sidewalk. So if I didn't provide that in the backyard, it would become a parking issue from what I can see. With the guests coming in, I didn't want them to automatically assume they could just park on the side of the road.
Well, it doesn't appear that it blocks the view of any traffic.
They do? Or?
It does not appear that it blocks.
Correct, yes.
Any view of traffic at Putnam Street and Highland Avenue.
Correct, sir, yes.
Is your neighbor, would they be concerned about where it's located, that it blocks some of their view? Because your fence is, not only is it above what's required on height, but it's at the property line.
It has the property, what, I'm sorry?
Your fence is built on your front property line. And you should have it, according to city zoning requirements, it should be 20 feet back from your property line.
Oh, I was not aware of that. When we were talking, on the letter, it says that, or I don't know if I was talking to somebody on the phone, they said that it does meet the...
You're out of compliance on height and what we call setback.
Well, the fence was already there. We just simply replaced our post, and there was already a fence there, a chain link fence. So there was no setback on that particular. But
Yeah.
we understand if there is a setback requirement.
Yeah, but
we
once
would
you
just-
replaced it, then it becomes a whole new issue, okay? But you weren't aware that it sits on the front property line.
No, and I provided a before and after picture. Yeah, I was not aware of that. I literally just put the post
Yeah.
where the old one were. And that particular portion is new to me.
Is there anyone here in opposition to this item? Okay, so opposition didn't show up. All right, any other questions, board members? The fence is in place now, correct?
Yes, sir.
And it's 6 feet high, 6 feet 3 inches high,
Yes, sir.
okay? And all you did is you replaced the fence, you replaced the chain link that was there.
Yes, sir.
Put
to a
this
solid.
fence up,
Yes, sir.
okay?
Now,
Chair will entertain a motion.
Hey, John, I got a question.
Yes.
Now, does his fence come all the way across the front of the house, or does it actually stop
No.
at the corner?
No, it just wraps the side of the
Well,
house.
It's the yellow in your agenda.
It says proposed, but it's there.
I'm sorry.
Our agenda says proposed privacy fence, but the fence is in place.
I never initiated as a proposed.
No, the fence is in place, right?
Yes, correct. I'm not sure what proposed means.
Well, our agenda says proposed privacy fence.
Oh, well, I apologize for the confusion. That's not how I submitted it.
It should be existing.
Yeah. I submitted as a response.
Okay. I'll entertain a motion. It's a lot of fence, isn't it? Could you move it back a little bit?
Yeah, I can move it back.
You can move it back?
Yeah, I can do whatever you guys ask me to do. It's no problem. But I do want more clarity on the setting it back, because the old one was already there. So I'm just
The
confused.
complaint's probably coming from your next door neighbor because you're blocking the view. So how much would you be willing to move it back 10 feet?
It's not scale.
Just a question.
How far is it from the corner of the house to the actual end of the fence? If you're standing,
From the corner of the house, it's
going back towards the road.
towards facing what view? I'm sorry. Can we pull it up? It might help.
It looks like about 15 feet.
I
on
would
the
say
scale.
15 feet. Yeah. Just kind of looking at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Going by that scale.
Can we show the front view of it, or the? So this, when we're saying this, it literally it's just leaning against the porch that's already there, and where you're seeing the post, the old fence was there. We literally took it out and replaced it. So the setback part is confusing me a little bit, and there's no view. I'm protecting their side of the fence. So again, I'm just confused. If we remove it and set it back, their portion will be exposed, and it will expose my property. People coming in, it'll kind of deter the process, because the fences do line up. I lined it up with theirs, so I'm confused.
Well,
The difference is it's a privacy fence versus the chain link fence.
Yeah.
You can see straight through that.
Yeah.
But with
Okay.
it being a privacy fence, you're required to meet the setbacks
Okay.
as well as the height.
Okay, that clarity helps and puts it in context, since I don't know if I'm fighting a city code issue
Make a
or if I'm
motion.
fighting my neighbor, so I don't know. But I'm willing to comply however we need. It's
10
perfectly
feet.
fine.
all right. Mr. Reese, you want to make a motion?
I do. Mr. Chairman, I move that we require the petitioner to back the fence up 10 feet. Is that enough, Jovan, to be compliant?
The requirement is 20, but it's completely up to you. If you want to do the 10, then that's fine.
The requirement's 20.
In an R60S, the
Okay.
setback is 20 feet. So
Okay.
that would be the side of her house. The fence
You
can't
want to go all the way to
exceed
the corner
the front of the
of
house.
the house? I'll amend my motion, Mr. Chairman, and we'll ask the petitioner to back the fence up to align with the corner of the house, which would be about 15 feet, approximately.
Corner. Okay, everybody understand that? Yeah. Okay. You okay with the height?
I am okay with the height.
Okay. Have a second?
I'll second it.
Second. Ms. Burke, seconds. Any further discussion? All in favor, raise your hand. Okay.
So
You understand?
believe I can keep the height and move it back 15 feet and
You
ensure
got it.
that.
You got it. The motion is you can keep the height, but you got to move it back to the corner of your house.
10 feet is what I'm tracking? or-
No,
No,
see
just the corner?
post, the corner post that's touching your house,
Mhm.
that's where you'll go from
Okay.
there, straight out.
I just want to make sure I meet the feet requirements, but as long as it is back to that post, it's perfectly fine.
Come off the corner of your house and extend it.
Thank you.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did. Item number 6 is presented by Chris Kitchens, requesting a coverage variance for an additional accessory structure to be located at 4109 Fawnsdale Drive in an R75S zoning district. Hello, Mr. Kitchens.
Good afternoon. How are you doing?
We're good.
Good. I am requesting a variance of, to put up another accessory structure in the backyard.
Okay, so this is for a 273 square foot coverage variance. Okay?
Yes, sir.
What are you going to use it for?
Store Christmas items in.
No plumbing?
Christmas items.
No plumbing?
No, no, sir. No, sir.
Okay. No flammable materials?
No, sir.
How far is it off the property line?
It is approximately, it's proposed right now. It's going to be built afterwards if approved. It will be approximately 5 to 8 feet off the property line, and on one side, and from the back, it's approximately 25 feet.
Yeah. Well, if it's at least 5 feet, off the property line.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And you just want to make sure that your water from this structure doesn't spill onto your neighbor?
Yes, sir.
Okay, keep the water off your neighbor.
Yes, sir.
Any questions, board members? Anyone in the audience care to address this item? If not, I'll entertain a motion.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we approve the request for the coverage variance with the conditions stated previously by you.
You got to be at least 5 feet off your property line.
Yes, sir.
Okay? No plumbing.
No plumbing.
Okay. Have a second?
I'll second.
Second, Mr. Markham. Any further discussion? All in favor, raise your hand. Okay.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you. All right, we have the minutes from the last meeting. I saw one item in here, Jovan, you had Mr. Holmes.
We got it.
Right, you got it? Okay. He abstained. Got it. Any other questions? Any other changes? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All in favor of adjourning the meeting say aye.
Aye.
We adjourn.